Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greenbrier Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Got you your latest forecast. Got to 90 for a high already officially in Charleston. Average yesterday was 81, so 9 degrees above average. We have a chance of some general thunderstorms for today, and then starting on Wednesday, Storm Prediction Center including northern and eastern West Virginia. And one of those marginal risks where isolated large hail and damaging winds will be possible with the storm round tomorrow. But I'll be timing multiple rounds. We have a stationary front transitioning into a warm front today, so increasing heat, humidity, and timing multiple likely chances of rain and storms. Over the next 5 days, once you get into the ranks of the purples, that's like 1.5 inches or more of total rain, and locally higher amounts will be possible too. Today and tonight, there is a marginal to slight risk of excessive rain for another potential of some flash flooding with any of these passing showers and storms. Always remember, turn around, don't drown, as some areas of the state today and tonight, chances of rain. Heavy and excessive rain is a possibility. Fly Survey forecast, it starts at home. Many of the cities in here in an active and unsettled pattern too. Washington, D.C., forecasting a record high again by Thursday, high near 97. Chicago, 91 Wednesday. Risks of severe thunderstorms for the Windy City going up by the middle of the week. From Panhandle to Panhandle, highs low to mid-80s, chance of showers and storms. To the east, 70s, mostly mid to upper 80s in the lower elevations, chance of showers and storms late. From east to west, 70s and 80s in here, chance of showers and storms. To the south, highs near 80 or so, with that risk of excessive rain today and tonight for that flash flood potential. We don't have a cold front to sweep through until very late in the week, so we will have increasing heat risks. 92 on Thursday, potential heat index value approaching 100, 90 on Friday. Chances of showers and thunderstorms that could be heavy at times, some slighter chances by early next week.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greenbrier Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greenbrier began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greenbrier Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greenbrier Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Live from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, the final hour. It's Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Ryan Nicholson, Stephanie Pauly, our producers today. Open line West Virginia coming up after 2:30 with your calls and text. Also, Brad Howe, Metro News Sports, will join us. It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
It's somewhat rainy, stormy Tuesday in some areas of the Mountain State. It just depends on where you are. It's Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. That all, of course, according to Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes. After 2:30 this afternoon, open line West Virginia. Nothing but your calls and texts. Whatever happens to be on your mind at 1-800-765-TALK, or you can text 304-TALK-304. Also going to check in with Brad Howe, Metro News Sports, as the Mountaineers get set for their first ever appearance in the College World Series in Omaha. We're going to check with Brad Howe coming up a little bit later on about that. Bringing our good friend now, Andrew Donaldson. You can read his commentaries in West Virginia Watch and several other places, and a great follow on social media too, and he joins us now. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the show.
Great to be back with you, Dave. How are you? I admire your restraint, by the way. After your Logan Wildcats and all their success, I thought you'd be intolerable, but your restraint and humility is a true inspiration to us all, my friend.
I am intolerable to everyone, okay, on any given day. So I just ask my wife or coworkers. They'll be the first to tell you about that. Now, Logan did get a win yesterday, and they take a couple days off, and I think they play Wheeling Central next. So just kind of wait and see attitude. Never count out Coach Gertz of the Logan Wildcats. But no, I'll hold off on that and try to be as neutral as I can. As we start the hour, we got news within the last couple of hours, and I want to get your take on this, Andrew. The president says Iranian forces have shot down a U.S. Apache helicopter over the Strait of Hormuz, and words from the president now: the U.S. quote must of necessity respond to this attack. Now, as of now, no immediate comment from Tehran on this. I know you've been following it closely. Your take on this?
Well, yeah, the two things happened here. We knew yesterday that this had gone down. We knew the crew had gotten recovered and were recovered by an unmanned drone, apparently, a water-based drone. They were apparently offshore when this happened. So that's notable because we know what's going on with Ukraine with aggressive warfare and defensive warfare and the capability of drones. And, of course, we've had surveillance drones for almost 30, 40 years now. That's the next thing. You're going to see search and rescue, logistics, the rest of the military operations start to get in. If you think about the F-15 went down, hundreds of people, dozens of assets, dozens of aircraft. If we could go in there with unmanned drones and get those people, how that would change things. So that's notable. But now in the last hour or so, President Trump himself has come out and said the Iranians shot this thing down. So we have a fragile ceasefire. We have a president who very much wants to get a deal done. And they're probably going to try to use this as leverage. There is going to be retaliation. We've had a lot of tit-for-tat strikes, both us and Israel, with the Iranians over the last few weeks. So this is definitely going to elevate the issue quite a bit. It is a dangerous top. And he talked about the sophisticated of the Apaches. Apache is heavily armed, very sophisticated, but it's not terribly hard to shoot down a helicopter. You can only armor those things so much. In fact, in Iraq, we mostly flew them at night for that very reason. So a lot of moving parts here, very much a breaking story we got to pay a lot of attention to, especially President Trump's going to use it as an excuse to re-escalate the violence and strike back here.
And again, we'll be keeping a close eye on that on your network news as well. So appreciate you kind of chiming in on this. Some of it was late breaking news. Speaking of the president, we talked a lot on the show yesterday, Andrew, about that interview on Meet the Press with Kristen Welker on Saturday morning. I was like some people, I watched it live. I had the TV on, as I told the story yesterday. I had the TV on. Didn't even know the president was going to be on there. It just happened to be on that particular channel in my home Sunday morning. And man, I didn't really know what I was watching. I know you saw it. Your take on that back and forth.
Well, I watched the clips of it because actually I have a standing rule that I don't watch the Sunday morning shows.
But you and a lot of other people.
Else. But that's the reason I don't watch them, is because if something happens, I'm going to get it on my Twitter feed pretty much immediately, and we're all going to talk about it. Monday morning, we're going to talk about it when I start doing my media hits. It's kind of the culmination of what we've been seeing, where the president, he's getting more pushback in certain areas. Of course, this was, Meet the Press is, that's not friendly territory for him, for all parties involved. But, yeah, he's getting more and more agitated with this stuff. He's bringing up the stolen election stuff more and more and more. And we know that the Attorney General nominee, Todd Blanche, has been bringing it up. We know it popped up when Tulsi Gabbard resigned, and we know there was the health issue with her husband, and we do hope he comes out okay because we all hate cancer very personally. But that came up there, too, that she was doing stuff. He's very much obsessed over the stolen election still, and he keeps bringing it up. And when he gets pushback, he really doesn't like it. And he did this walkout. Now, the walkout part got a little overblamed. He is performing for TV, and he is aware of that. If you watch the unedited part come up, he actually reminds her, please be careful, don't bump your head when you stand up. So it's not like he was really mad screaming at her. But, yeah, it was pretty shocking to watch, and I think you're going to see more and more of this because the president's got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things not going his way, and he's frustrated with the media about it. And he can vent, and that is one of the secret sauces to his success. I think it may start tipping over to where it doesn't help him in certain cases like in this.
Well, and I think one of the things we need to remember about President Donald Trump is he is first and foremost an entertainer. Even before he ever came down the escalator, Andrew, and got into the world of politics, he was an entertainer. Even when he was writing the books, he arted the deal, owner of the New Jersey Generals, and all the things that he did in New York. He was first and foremost an entertainer. I mean, there were a lot of people that had more money than Donald Trump, a lot of people that were more successful, but none of them were a star like Donald Trump was back then, because Donald Trump loves being a star. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just part of who he is and part of his personality. And of course, you know about the WWE thing that he did and the show he did, The Apprentice, or whatever the show was called. He is a performer. And I think people need to kind of keep that in mind. He is always performing, and those that have been close to him says that he tweets out or he posts on social media, on Truth Social, things that he knows aren't true, or things that he doesn't necessarily maybe believe at the time, and he does it just for reactions because he's always performing.
Yeah, and we have more book on Donald Trump than probably any public figure in the history of the world, because it was all digital. He lived to be on the back page of the papers. That was a big deal in the 80s and 90s, to be on that back page of the New York papers. And he dominated that sphere, and then he dominated in reality TV. He does this. The problem, of course, is when you're the president of the United States, people like us that do news media and reporting and allies overseas, and a lot of people, they don't have the option of taking the president and going, well, he's just joking about this. Now they got to parse it out. So that's where there's limitations on that, and we saw that in his first term, and we saw it where he got success and ran again. But if you don't know that this is how Donald Trump operates after him being in the public limelight for over 40, almost 50 years now, and 10 years into the Donald Trump era of politics where he's either been president, running for president, or now president again, you just didn't do your homework. You ought to have the measure of the man by now.
Talking again with Andrew Donaldson, and it never ceases to amaze me, man, the way that different people read different things, depending on which side of the fence you're on. All right, on that particular interview, I would say probably, based on my text and social media, whatever, 50-50 on the back and forth in that interview between Kristen Welker and Donald Trump. There were those that said she was absolutely 100% out of line, and yay Trump, and then the vice versa. And then last night, NBA Finals, and I'm going to just go ahead and full disclosure, I did not watch the NBA Finals last night. I did not see any of the president at the NBA Finals until this morning when I got up. The people that say he was booed, and then other people say, no, I don't know what you were watching because he was cheered. What I saw, I didn't hear a lot of cheers. Of course, then people are going to say it was doctored audio. So I wasn't in the building, so I don't know your take on the whole thing.
Some of it's political. Some of it is everybody in that building had a 2 or 3 hour extra wait in line to get in the building because the president's there. So some of it wasn't even political. It was just you really jacked up my night and made it inconvenient for me.
And in New York City, they don't like inconvenience. They live on inconvenience, and they don't like any more added to it.
They are legendarily patient in New York City. They never say anything gross about anybody. They're always look. And my daughter's getting ready to move to Brooklyn for school in the fall, so I'm going to get way more acquainted with New York City than I really care to be. But New York is a tough place, and they pride themselves on that. So there was some of that. Of course, New York City, there's going to be pushback. Of course, people know it's going to be because it's been all over social media. The president's going to get booed, so now they know they're going to get on national TV if they boo him. Everybody got what they wanted out of that one, I think, though.
All right. Before we let you go, because we're a little short on time here today, I do want to ask you about the latest with the Greenbrier. We call it within the company sometimes as the Greenbrier turns with the latest saga in the Greenbrier. Got a new story. It was, new as of this morning. It was the lead story this morning, WVMetroNews.com. What are you hearing about the latest in the Greenbrier situation?
I think big picture, we can chase the legal things. I think the big picture thing, we need to watch this on 2-track. One is the actual court thing where Omni has the upper hand, but the Justice family has always had a way to figure out a way to get out of these messes. But the overarching thing is there's a couple cross streams here. One is the big plan the Justice family has here is to take on another $500 million loan that they don't have revenue to pay off, even if they get that loan. So we're going to continue this cycle, even if they retain control of the Greenbrier. Second thing is, remember, he's a sitting U.S. senator, and you have things like the ProPublica piece that came out talking about Jim Justice. That has Todd Blanche in it, and I already mentioned him a minute ago. Todd Blanche is getting ready to have his nomination fight for the Attorney Generalship. No such thing as a leak. People are leaking stuff like that because it crosses other lines. So it's not just a West Virginia story anymore. Now it's a Trump administration. It's a Todd Blanche story. There's a lot of cross streams, and everybody needs to understand there's multiple things going on at once with this. It's not just a standard lawsuit.
All right, you can read his stuff from time to time in the commentary section of West Virginia Watch. Where else can people learn more and read more of Andrew Donaldson?
For the Fire on the X machine, or Twitter as I still call it and will eternally call it. Hardtail Media is my website, and continually and as often as you will let me right here on Metro News.
All right, Andrew, we'll talk soon, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
It is 2:17 Metro News Midday, heard all over the great state of West Virginia. Great radio stations like WKKX and WVLY in Wheeling, WSLW White Sulphur Springs, WAJR Morgantown, WEPM Martinsburg, WVW Logan, WKLP Kaiser, WD&E in Elkins, WKMZ Clarksburg, Flagship in Charleston, WCHS, and WJLS in Beckley. Them Mountaineers, yeah, they're getting ready to make their first ever trip to Omaha. Brad Howe also. I don't know if he's been to Omaha in the past. I know he's not there yet. They're wrapping up a 3 Guys taping, so we'll find out what he knows about Omaha when we come back. It's Metro News Midday. Stay with us.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs and 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
The 2026 High School Baseball State Championship. 4 classes, 4 champions, 1 unforgettable day. From first pitch to final out, the 2026 West Virginia High School Baseball State Championship, presented by Toyota, Saturday, June 13th. Watch live on Metro News Television, Facebook, and YouTube. Available on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Welcome back to the show, 222. We'll get to Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour, keeping a close eye on the state baseball tournament. Jack Cook Field in Huntington. Now, as of around 1:35 or so this morning, they had to delay it just a little bit. It was a game between Spring Valley and Ripley. And the last update we had, they were looking to resume play at about 2:15 this afternoon. We'll check on that during the break and see if they were able to get the resumption in play. But again, weather playing a factor. We've got storms rolling through some parts of West Virginia, not necessarily all. I just posted a video on Dave Allen Radio. You can go check that out on my Facebook page, Dave Allen Radio. A pretty powerful storm that moved through my hometown of Logan earlier today, taken by the folks at WVW Radio. So you may want to go check that out. Well, the storm is about to hit Omaha. It's a storm of a whole lot of gold and blue. How you like that for an introduction? Brad Howe, Metro News Sports, joins us. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, Dave. Good afternoon. I was just about to say that was a pro transition right there by you. Excellent.
Well, you know, I'm a Hall of Famer, so there's that.
You are.
No, I'm not until October. There will be a scandal between now and then. I'm going to predict it. There will be some sort of a scandal, and I'll get knocked out of it. The question I asked earlier, just kind of rhetorically speaking, but you can answer it for real. Have you ever been to Omaha?
Yeah, so I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, which is about 90 minutes or so from from Omaha, which is right on the border of Iowa and Nebraska. So I have been to this event twice, but it's been a long time. I went in 1984, and those of us of a certain age remember the Pete Incaviglia years at Oklahoma State. The guy hit 29 home runs in college, in a college baseball season, 29 as a sophomore. The year I saw him in the College World Series, he went back the next year as a junior, hit 49 on the season, 49 in a college baseball season. So I went once in 1984. I went again in 91, 92, or 93. I can't exactly remember. Sometime when I was out in college, went a second year. But I have only been twice, believe it or not, for as close as I've been. So I'm looking forward to getting back and seeing it.
I did not have a Pete Incaviglia reference on my bingo card for the day, but thank you, Mr. Howe, for that. You know, we were talking earlier in the show with Rodney Miller from the West Virginia Sheriff's Association, who just happens to be out in Omaha right now for their convention. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to stay for the game. I think he said they're wheels up Thursday morning, I think he said. But they've been all over the city, and they've been able to tour and go to the stadium. They're actually staying like right next to or right across from the stadium. It's a pretty special place, and there's really nothing like this. I mean, in sports where it's played championships like this in team sports are played every year in the same place and have since 1950.
Yeah, it's the really unique part of this. And so when I went to the event before, it was at old Rosenblatt Stadium. It's now at Charles Schwab Stadium. And I saw earlier today, and I can't remember who it came from, but they pointed out that 44 consecutive games at the College World Series have had attendance of greater than 18,000. So that shows you the support that this event gets from the Omaha community. And that's why, Dave, to your point, it has stayed in that one place for so long. But that's what makes it special. That's what makes it the mecca of college baseball. And if you've been a college baseball fan like I have your whole life, I've been watching this on TV, save for those 2 years I went, since I was a little kid. Like, this is big time stuff. This is really cool. This is I just can't have enough adjectives for how awesome this is for the program.
And for somebody that's followed college baseball for as long as you have, and a lot of Mountaineer fans have, I mean, you know, every team, every sports fan thinks, you know, my team's the best. This is a year. But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, most of us. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. All right, I've been living for 1996 for how many years now? You don't think that your team is necessarily going to get there, but by golly, the Mountaineers are there.
You're there and have a chance, Dave. I mean, yes. I think that's the other part of that is so we celebrate the getting there just as you do in the Final Four. And I think it's fun for fans to celebrate that milestone and fun for players. But then you have to shift quickly to, hey, we're not done here. Let's go win this.
Got to actually win this thing.
Yeah, you got to go play now. And so one of the important stats, and we just literally walked out of the Three Guys studio, so there'll be a new episode out in your feeds here within the next half hour. And I went through a couple numbers on how important it is to get out of the gate and win your first game, and the percentage of the last 35 winners that have come starting 2-0. So it's just like the regional. If you can start out and win your early games, it increases your likelihood of winning this thing. And I think West Virginia should walk in, and I think the team is doing this, walking in with a ton of confidence. You've got pitching, you've got hitting, you've got defense, you've got speed, you've got every element you need to complete this and win it. There are some great teams. The lowest RPI in this event, as an RPI is entering the NCAA tournament, is 35, and that's Troy. Everybody else is in the top, 6 of the 8 are in the top 17, including West Virginia. Oklahoma's 24th. Troy is 35th in the RPI. So these are big boy teams. They're all very good, but West Virginia is squarely in the mix to win this thing.
Well, and producer Stephanie gave me some information on tickets here, for the game. Realistically speaking, how difficult is it to get tickets for these games?
Yeah, again, it got tougher once the field was announced. You could have gone on before this field was announced yesterday and got a Section 100 ticket for $70. So they were available to you. It does get tougher now because, again, the Omaha community jumps behind it so well. But, yeah, investigate it out there. There'll be plenty on the secondary market, and it's just a matter of, will it cost a little bit more? Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. But this is also a giant stadium, so chances are good there will be some tickets floating around as Mountaineer fans are looking for them out there.
Now, as I said, we're sending practically everybody out there for this. We'll be checking in with you guys once you're there. What's the schedule for the crew from Metro News Sports for heading out there? When you guys wheels up tomorrow?
Yeah, Dave, we're excited. We're going to go out. Tony, Hoppy, and I head out tomorrow morning, so we hope to be boots on the ground, knock on wood, no weather delays by early afternoon. We'll be checking in with everybody. We're going to do live sports lines out there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night following the game. We'll release a new Three Guys episode out there Thursday. We'll be part of the Golden Blue Enterprises and MAC events that are happening. The first one comes up Friday before the game at a place called Let It Fly in Omaha. So if you're out and about, we'd love to see you. And then we're just going to be out and about around town. We'll be in different spots. We're going to be heavy on the social media side of things. We'll have video with us. We'll have audio. And we hope to just see everybody as you're out walking around Omaha. But live Sportsline, live updates. We'll make appearances on every show we have. But again, find Let It Fly on Friday, and we'd love to see you come by.
Is there a possibility that we could get you on midday tomorrow? Because I don't know how the schedule is going to work out. So you got a noon to 3 window, and you're, I guess, an hour behind. So is there a possibility of that?
There's a possibility. Let's leave it open. If there's any way, if we're on the ground, I will text you and would love to join. But that'll be the only question. If all goes to plan, I believe I'm on ground in time to talk to you. So,
look up at the pilot and say, look, I have got to talk to Dave Allen, land this plane automatically, and then TSA gets involved, and, well, we don't want all that to happen. All right, Brad.
We can't change our routine, so we'll try and make it work.
We've done it every day, so we got to continue to do it. All right, Brad, we'll talk to you and hopefully some of the guys coming up on the show tomorrow and on Thursday and Friday as well. Thanks a lot.
Deal. Thanks, Dave.
Brad Howe, Metro News Sports. And again, that new Three Guys is going to be dropping sometime over the next couple of hours. They just put it in the can, as we say. So look for that. It will be dropping soon. Also look for Open Line West Virginia coming up after the bottom of the hour break. This is Metro News Midday. And now we'll go to the Metro News Anchor Desk for a check of local news.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greenbrier Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Got you your latest forecast. Got to 90 for a high already officially in Charleston. Average yesterday was 81, so 9 degrees above average. We have a chance of some general thunderstorms for today, and then starting on Wednesday, Storm Prediction Center including northern and eastern West Virginia. And one of those marginal risks where isolated large hail and damaging winds will be possible with the storm round tomorrow. But I'll be timing multiple rounds. We have a stationary front transitioning into a warm front today, so increasing heat, humidity, and timing multiple likely chances of rain and storms. Over the next 5 days, once you get into the ranks of the purples, that's like 1.5 inches or more of total rain. And locally higher amounts will be possible too. Today and tonight, there is a marginal to slight risk of excessive rain for another potential of some flash flooding with any of these passing showers and storms. Always remember, turn around, don't drown, as some areas of the state today and tonight, likely chances of rain. Heavy and excessive rain is a possibility. Fly Severe forecast, it starts at home. Many of the cities in here in an active and unsettled pattern too. Washington, D.C., forecasting a record high again by Thursday, high near 97. Chicago, 91 Wednesday. Risks of severe thunderstorms for the Windy City going up by the middle of the week. From Panhandle to Panhandle, highs low to mid 80s, chance of showers and storms. To the east, 70s, mostly mid to upper 80s in the lower elevations, chance of showers and storms late. From east to west, 70s and 80s in here, chance of showers and storms. To the south, highs near 80 or so, with that risk of excessive rain today and tonight for that flash flood potential. We don't have a cold front to sweep through until very late in the week, so we will have increasing heat risks. 92 on Thursday, potential heat index value approaching 100, 90 on Friday. Chances of showers and thunderstorms that could be heavy at times, some slighter chances by early next week.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greenbrier Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greenbrier Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greenbrier Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
The 2026 High School Baseball State Championship. 4 classes, 4 champions, 1 unforgettable day. From first pitch to final out, the 2026 West Virginia High School Baseball State Championship, presented by Toyota, Saturday, June 13th. Watch live on Metro News Television, Facebook, and YouTube. Available on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. With Metro News Hotline, if it's trending, it's probably here.
And then the other thing, his last name is one of those weird Norwegian names where they have two vowels that slam into each other. It's like the A and the E are like cemented into each other.
You're like the 12th Dave that works here. What do you think people from Norwegian think about that?
That is fair.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. 26 minutes away from 3 o'clock. We are keeping a close eye on the weather. It has caused a delay in the state baseball tournament in Charleston. They were scheduled to try to get that Spring Valley, I think it's Spring Valley and Ripley that we're playing. They were trying to get that game get the ball back in play, if you will, at about 2:20 or so this afternoon. Just got a text from some folks over in Putnam County that said it is pouring rain there. Now, during the break, I stepped outside here in the capital city and just kind of looked out the window. It's a little kind of sprinkling, but there are tropical downpours being reported in many, many areas. And then it clears up, and then you got nothing. So here's what we're going to do, Ryan and Stephanie, just so you know. We're going to knock out a couple texts here, talk about a couple things, and after the break, we're going to join meteorologist Bryan Hughes, who's keeping a close eye on things. Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes. We'll have him on with us after we take the break a little bit later on in this half hour. Speaking of Bryan Hughes, introducing the all-new Metro News television weather. Bryan Hughes is on your radio, and his team of meteorologists are on all of your connected screens, giving you the latest weather updates. It is our new venture. It's Metro News Television Weather, available exclusively on Metro News Television. Download it today. Also, make sure that you follow Bryan on social media as well. And our team of meteorologists on the Metro News social pages as well. 1-800-765-TALK. That is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. It is open line West Virginia. Text says, watching conservative Republicans on social media losing their collective minds over Pride Month activities is truly entertaining to me. Appreciate the text, man. Every year, every June, it's the same thing. And the Pride Week festivity, Pride Month, Pride Month, I should say, have been around for a long time. And different entities, many will change their social media, businesses will change their social media profile pictures. I know I interviewed folks from the baseball team here in Charleston. The Charleston Dirty Birds had the GM of the Dirty Birds on the local show in Charleston this morning. Their Pride Night is coming up Thursday night, and so you got two camps, and a lot of pearl clutching going on both sides. And all I would say about that is, and this is just my opinion, not the opinion of anybody else, you do you. And I love everybody. Okay, some more than others. And I just whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. I don't get all upset about things that I don't care. But go on your favorite social media site, whether it's Metro News, one of the television stations, newspapers, whatever, around the state or probably around the country, but probably more so in West Virginia, and read the comments. And I'm going to go ahead and blindfold myself, and I'm going to write down and tell you what all the comments are going to say. Because they're all the same. And go ahead and write it down this time next year. The comments are going to be exactly the same. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, want to wish my alma mater and yours, the Logan Wildcats, good luck in the state tournament. Well, appreciate that, and I'm sure Coach Gertz appreciate that. They got the one win yesterday. They play again later this week. Texas Democrats would have been stupid to remove Mike Pushkin as party chair. Way to go, Mike. Well, that was being discussed. The State Democratic Party held their gathering. I forget exactly what they called it this past Saturday in Charleston, and there was Teresa Torseva had thought it was time for a change at the top of the Democratic Party, and look, that's part of the process, and I think it's good, and I don't mean it negatively toward Pushkin. I mean, I'm just saying, have maybe a change at the top every now and then, or a discussion of a change, or do we need a change? And if the answer is no, then move on. I think it's a good thing. I don't think anybody should stay in a position like that for too terribly long. As long as I'm not a member of the Democratic Party, so I don't have a vote. I don't have a say so in it. But I'm just saying, it's good to have a little discussion every now and then. I think Mike kind of took it that way as well. I interviewed him yesterday, and he's actually going to be on midday on Thursday. He was in Rhode Island on some National Democratic Party business, but he's supposed to be back, and we're going to have him on during the 2 o'clock hour on midday coming up on Thursday. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, Friday can't get here soon enough. Let's go Mountaineers, says the texter. Well, I guess we'll do on this show on Friday kind of like what we did last week, have the game turned on the television. And it's still, in my 38 years of radio, one of the funniest things that I have ever seen was last week on midday. Jeff was on vacation, and so I had Chris Lawrence in the studio with me and had TJ Meadows in with me as well. And I am talking, about something, and those two are in the studio with me. Chris had just wrapped up his news segment that he does. We were waiting to go to TJ to talk about commentary, and we had the game on the television here. And, there was a great moment for the Mountaineers in the game, and watching Chris Lawrence and TJ Meadows jump up and down in our studio without yelling and making a sound was truly theater. I mean, I know, Ryan, you were gone. You missed it. It was just watching those two jump up and down, holding their hands over their mouths and trying not to make noise. It was great. It was great theater. It was. Text says, I don't care what anyone says. I voted for Trump, but he was booed out of the building last night. Well, and I'm going to go ahead and predict it now. I am going to get a text or somebody's going to say, what were you watching? He was cheered. He says he was cheered. Text says, good luck to WVU. Omaha is a great experience. Got to see my Tennessee Vols win a national championship there a few years ago. Some pretty good sports bars in town also, says the texter. I have never been to Omaha. Text says, Dear Metro News, I did a little search on increased power consumption. It appears that it's a debatable statistic. Prices are high for power, and since COVID, there has been seemingly not that much growth in power consumption. It's very interesting. Maybe you can fact check me on this. That sounds like a project for TJ Meadows. Text says, which was worse, Trump getting booed so loud last night or him asleep when they showed him on camera? Well, I was asleep at that time, so I didn't see any of it till this morning. Text says, don't get me wrong, Dave. I love kids and all about feeding them, but why do we need so many different efforts? You guys did one last week. I know Amanda's station is as well. You guys interviewed someone last week about a different one. Are there really that many kids without food during the summer months? Well, obviously there are, or all of these drives wouldn't be needed. It wouldn't continue. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, I have watched the Trump interview on Meet the Press a couple of times. Trump is a blank. Don't get me wrong, but Kristen Welker was very rude during the interview, says the texter. Yeah. Again, if you're a Trump supporter, you're going to say he was in the right. And if you're not, you're going to say that Kristen Welker was in the right. Text says along those same lines. Of course, the Trumpies are going to say he wasn't booed. They also believe him when he said no more wars and prices were going to come down if he was elected, says the texter. 1-800-765-TALK. That is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. We are going to get a check on the weather because we've had some severe weather rolling through certain parts of West Virginia, and it's just one of those hit or miss things where, this area may get a massive thunderstorm and then nothing, and this area 30 minutes down the road gets something more significant, and it's just kind of the way it's been. Meteorologist Bryan Hughes tracking it. We'll take a break, and we'll jump in, have him jump in on Open Line West Virginia to give us a weather update when we come back. Stay with us.
The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program has been a huge success. High school juniors from all across the state have applied, and we're down to 15 finalists. Now, we need your help. Please go to wvmetronews.com and vote for your favorite finalist. By casting your vote, you can help determine who will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan. That includes room, board, tuition, and fees. Just log on to wvmetronews.com, click the Vote Now button, and cast your vote. You have until midnight, June 14th, to help us change the life of a West Virginia student and their family forever. Cast your vote today by clicking the Vote Now button at wvmetronews.com. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar is supported by Greer Industries, the West Virginia Hospital Association, ZMM Architects and Engineers, the West Virginia Farm Bureau, Friends of Coal, and of course, Metro News. Vote now at wvmetronews.com and help us change the life of a West Virginia student forever.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
On the next State of Minds.
There's this big power plant that looks like it's going right on top of Davis. And I think everyone was asking the same question, why? We have a rural character, outdoor character, wild character of our county. And we would be kind of putting in this utilities size industrial landscape. And I think it would change the character of our county.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All-new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All-new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Welcome back to the show. 13 away from 3 o'clock. It's Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. We'll get right back to Open Line West Virginia in just a moment, but I do want to check in quickly with Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes tracking some severe weather in certain areas of West Virginia. Bryan, what you got?
Well, we've got some good thunderstorms that are working their way up around the Amma area by 79 this afternoon. They're continuing off to the north. It's going to be in Clendenin in about the next 15 minutes. Another good batch of storms back around Buffalo, just south of the Point Pleasant area, and moving through Hurricane right now. There's that batch. Another batch just on the west outside of Ripley. And we've got some good lightning strikes that are down just west of Beckley, down around Welch as well. What we're looking at right now, I mean, Dave, out ahead of this line of storms that's moving off to the northeast, which is going to cross much of the state, we're in the low 80s. But as you get that rain passing through, we drop off to the low to even mid-70s. For now, as far as baseball is concerned in Huntington, we do have some light rain showers. I think they're good to go on play. Now, listen, you can still play in the light rain. You and I know that. We've seen that a number of times in baseball, especially minor league. But I think most of the thunderstorm activity is starting to wane just a bit back there, out Wayne and near Huntington.
See what you did there.
I know. I couldn't help myself. But as we get this line of storms through, we'll get that passed through the area. Our forecast model is actually looking pretty good this afternoon, handling the situation. I think most of the state is cleared, especially Eastern Panhandle still has stuff around 8, 9, 10 o'clock. But then as we go into the overnight hours, after midnight, especially, anywhere between 3, 4 o'clock in the morning all the way up through 7 o'clock in the morning, another round of storms moves through for the morning. But for your Wednesday afternoon, we are going to dry up. That's good news. But, tomorrow we're going to have temperatures that are going to be in the, for instance, they're going to be in like the low 80s, low to mid 80s for tomorrow. And then we're going to have heat index values around 90. And then Thursday, get this, we're going to have some temperatures around 91 with a heat index near 100 on Thursday.
Wow.
And then some severe thunderstorms. This is I'm really concerned about Friday. Big cold front. Severe thunderstorms will be possible Friday afternoon, evening. And we've got to watch that all across the state. Damaging wind and hail would be the primary threats out of that. But then dry for much of your weekend.
Well, and I know that there's so many different activities that go on during the summertime, during the weekend. I know here in Charleston, we got Live on the Levee Friday night, and it's a big one with the Spin Doctors. Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, Two Princes. They're playing Live on the Levee. So,
my gosh.
Ryan, you got to do something. It's just Tuesday, man. You got a couple days.
I know. I use up all my juju on that Texas Tech thing. Yeah, it was just clearly controversial. But no, I don't know what we're going to do about that. The only thing we can hope for is that turns into more of a late night event.
Yeah.
But and so I do see the storm chances highest as we get close to that sunset time period. So maybe we can squeeze it in. Hopefully this will be delayed a bit, because one thing we have seen with this thunderstorm complex right now is that things have been a little slower than what we were looking at even a couple days ago. So hopefully that pans out at least for Friday. Fingers crossed on that. But dry Saturday and Sunday, mid to upper 80s across the state. So we need every bit of this rain, just so you know.
We just don't need it all at one time. That's what
Right.
problematic. And we don't need the lightning and stuff when they're trying to play baseball, because, again, the state tournament had to be delayed there in Huntington. By the way, Brian, I mentioned this earlier to the listeners. If you go to my Facebook page, Dave Allen Radio, my guys in our affiliate where I worked for 20 years, WVW, did a great video of a storm that rolled right down Main Street in downtown Logan, one of those rain sideways kind of things. They filmed it right outside the radio station. So it's on it's on Dave Allen Radio if you want to go check it out, and the other people do as well, and also on the WVW Facebook page. Brian, I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
You're very welcome.
All right, we'll keep a close eye on everything weather-related. Let's get back to the text line. Text says, talking about time, it's been 25 years since 9/11. Yeah, it is hard to believe. Text said, so much hate in the world and in the media. Can't we all just get along and eat a pepperoni roll and drink a Mountain Dew? Says a texter. Not so much on the Mountain Dew, but I'm all in on the pepperoni rolls. Text says, allowing the WVU school radio station to do the games is laudable. Text says, the baseball stadium in Huntington is amazing. Took the family there for the first time. Really nice facility. Hats off to everyone at Marshall and Huntington. A great job. That baseball stadium, let me tell you something, has been in the works forever. And I was a Marshall student. I hit campus in the summer of 1990. All right. The new stadium, what we now know as the Joan, was under construction. No, actually, yeah, it probably were in the beginning phases of construction in the summer of 1990. But the baseball team, they were playing wherever they could play. I mean, they were playing in, I don't know, they played in St. Cloud's Commons, which was the home of the old Huntington Cubs. I think they played like in somebody's backyard at one point because they didn't have anywhere else to play. So it is a fantastic facility. And those of you that are heading to the state baseball tournament, if your team is playing later this week or whatever, you are going to be in for a treat because the Jack is a fantastic facility. First class. Hats off to everybody with Marshall University and the city of Huntington for just turning that into a world-class facility. Tex says the issue with that Texas Tech quarterback isn't that he's a gambler who has a problem. It's that a medical professional calls it a medical condition, meaning he cannot be meaning he has to be allowed to play, I think is what the texter is trying to say there. We got a story posted about that at WVMetroNews.com, and our Metro News meteorologist, Bryan Hughes, who is a Texas Tech alum, be glad to weigh in on it, but I think we'll just keep him on the weather and doing the other things he does for us. Tex says, utility bills, we all feel the pain. There is no public service in the Public Service Commission. Tex says, I heard someone on your station the other day referred to heavy rain as a frog strangler, and now I can't unhear it. That's an old term, and maybe I'll do an entire Open Line West Virginia on old-timey terms like that because I'm an old-timer, and I still use a lot of them. 2:54, we'll wrap it up after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs and 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
With Metro News Hotline, if it's trending, it's probably here.
And then the other thing, his last name is one of those weird Norwegian names where they have 2 vowels that slam into each other. It's like the A and the E are like cemented into each other.
You're like the 12th Dave that works here. What do you think people from Norwegian think about that?
That is fair.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
Welcome back to the show. A couple of minutes away from top of the hour, 3 o'clock. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Ryan Nichols and Stephanie Pauly, our producers today. Look who's here. It's Mr. Weekly.
What's happening?
Available on many of these Metro News radio stations starting at 3:06. Many.
Incredibly intelligent affiliates carry our show.
Yes. All right. So what incredibly intelligent things do you have on the show today?
Well, the question of the day is about people who buy shoes and those shoes hurt. 56% of Americans regularly buy shoes they regret because of discomfort.
Is that does that break down into the sexes? Because is that just all together?
I guess it's all lumped together. And an average, you're going to buy an average of $279 worth of painful shoes that you will never wear, the average person. So the question is, what's the most expensive thing sitting in your closet right now that you rarely wear, and why don't you wear it?
I'd have to think about that because I am so cheap, Weekly, that if I go out and I spend money on shoes or anything, even if it doesn't fit, I'm wearing it because I'm like, by God, I paid how much for this?
I know.
It's going on. Take a couple Advils and keep going. It's going on.
There is somebody listening right now that is wearing shoes that hurt their feet.
My shoes I'm wearing now come from Tony the Tailor. So
well,
they don't hurt my feet at all. All right, Weekly and the crew coming up on many of these same Metro News stations. Our producer Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson. Thank you so much. I'm back tomorrow. Amanda's on vacation, so just me and you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.